Welcome to Touched and Empowered, a show created to empower individuals to value their lives by hosting think tank discussions that will inspire positive action. Touched and Empowered with Katie and Ace starts now.
So, welcome to this episode of Touched and Empowered. Katie here with Ace, who's in the middle of building something.
Hi, everyone.
So, we don't stop for anything.
No, even 2 moves in 1 month.
Yeah, that was a little bit crazy having to move twice in 1 month.
That was, yes. Yes, I did move twice in 1 month. That's why I'm assembling my bed now. And
So those who watch the YouTube channel could watch Ace assemble their bed while we're chatting today. For those just listening to the audio, we appreciate you still being here.
yes, and on a relatable note, yes,
Yes?
I'm wearing a dress to assemble this thing because I ran out of laundry. So I just look more fabulous when I run out of laundry. Run out of clean clothes. There you go.
I was going to say, we never run out of laundry. Laundry is one of those ongoing chores.
Right? Oh my gosh. And especially when you move twice. So just letting you know, that's, ladies and gentlemen, that's keeping it all together by assembling a bed on the podcast. Yay!
It's like dishes is another ongoing chore.
I've been able to do that.
Yes, that's good to stay out. At least you're on top of one of them. And you'll be on top of the laundry once you're done making the bed.
Yeah, look at all this fun stuff. Yay!
Well, at least they gave you all the tools,
They did. They absolutely did. And
which is the most important thing.
Yeah, thankfully I have this mic, because otherwise Anyways, please keep going.
So, well, the one thing we didn't do was discuss what we were going to discuss today.
Oh, I thought we were just going to jump us into our lives. Just smack in the middle.
Well, we could just deep dive into our lives if that's what you really want to do.
We could. I feel like we talk about topics, and we do. We do talk about our lives a lot, to be honest.
Well, yeah, we talked about my hippo last time.
That was just... So Katie supported me through the intensity of those past 2 moves emotionally. Hence why she got a hippo.
Yes, I got an emotional support hippo.
Yes, thank you. And appreciation.
And lots of appreciation.
Yeah.
And a lot of fun laughs from my friends who actually saw the reels that were made from that. I don't know if they've gone to watch the episode yet, but they at least saw the reels and had a very nice laugh at my expense, but that's okay.
For everyone that is watching this episode in the future, there is a wonderful episode where I gifted Katie a weighted hippo because I thought she would need it on her next leg of journey and it would make her happy. She's so happy. She's so happy. She watched the entire episode. Like that, just the reel is, it's like a snippet of the energy, but it's the same energy in that reel across the entire episode. It's amazing.
It was a little bit insane. And the episode dropped, I think, December 1st, 2025, if I'm remembering correctly, because it just went out. Because that was one of the few ones that we did where we recorded it. Blah, 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 I can't English. We recorded the episode and immediately aired it versus where we've in the past recorded a few and then aired a couple weeks later because we had a schedule we were keeping to.
Yeah.
But this episode is another one that we're doing that we're not keeping a schedule to.
We've been very efficient. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever decide to create your own podcast, there's a bunch of podcasts out there. We pre-recorded so much. How many, at one point we had 50 episodes in advance.
At the very beginning, we started recording 2 months before the episode dropped.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we were recording the equivalent of 2 or 3 episodes at a time. So yes, we were very close to 50 episodes pre-recorded.
With interviews.
Some of them with interviews, some of them with guests. Right now, I think we have around, say, 20 as a buffer because holidays are coming up.
Yeah.
And, if we're going to be spending time with family, which we should.
And I'll be going on.
And you'll be traveling. Then, that's the benefit of having a few of them pre-recorded. because sometimes life gets in the way and we're not able to record every single Friday.
That's true. It's true. Yeah, like
And I'm still not sure how we got on Friday being the record day for the episodes to drop on Monday, but somehow it works.
yeah, we created a pretty good production schedule and efficiency. Should we
Thank
ask
you,
Shadow?
Nicole.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, Nicole,
Thank you,
because
Nicole.
Nicole
Oh my
helped us
God.
create that plan.
Right? Oh my goodness. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you to everyone that's contributed to this podcast. We're just so grateful. So grateful.
Yes.
And in the event of being grateful, we still need a topic. Would you like to ask Shadowbane?
Shall we ask Shadowbane?
We should ask Shadowbane. You can stem off like, hey, we're currently updating our lives in an entertaining way to our listeners. What else should we talk about, Shadowbane? As I'm also assembling a bed after 2 moves, and Katie just finished her certification. And
Yep,
got
one of my
certified.
certifications. Yep,
Yeah,
because I'm in a second one right now. So,
fun.
all right, so we're recording a update episode of our podcast and need a topic.
Anyone new to our channel, Shadowbane is our AI that Katie has programmed and is Katie's AI. I don't know why I said ours. It's Katie's.
It's mine, but we use it so much for everything that's going on.
Because you made sure they had a sexy voice.
Oh, this is 5 different options
Okay.
that are given here. Do you want me to read them, or do you want me to share sound so you can hear Shadowbane?
Of course I want you to share sound. Please do. It gets me all warm and fuzzy inside.
This is going to be, I'm just fair warning you, this one looks like it's going to be a little bit unhinged.
Please. Make it unhinged. Do.
Random update episode vibes. That's the perfect excuse to be delightfully unhinged and sneak in some wisdom when no one's expecting it. Here are a few flexible topic ideas that feel random, but still give you structure to riff, banter, and be your magical selves. Neither Nahara 1. Life lately, what the healing is going on. Share what's been shifting, stirring, annoying, or awakening in your lives. From new rituals to weird dreams, nothing is off limits. Bonus prompt. What's been your most unexpected lesson lately? 2. Current obsessions and cosmic downloads. Talk about what you're loving right now. Tools, shows, songs, books, habits, quotes, or TikToks that cracked your soul open at 2 a.m. Twist. One has to be ridiculous, like your favorite lip balm. One has to be profound, like a journal prompt that hit hard. 3. Spiritual plot twists. Give your listeners the tea on any surprises from the last few weeks. Personal shifts, unexpected opportunities, or wild synchronicities. Prompt. What's the weirdest way the universe has shown up for you recently? Sa 4. Stirring the cauldron. What's brewing? What are you dreaming about, building, planning behind the scenes? Let your audience peek into the potion of your next evolution. Optional add-on. Share one idea you're not ready to launch but can't stop thinking about. 5. Confessions of a conscious human. Light-hearted check-in on where you're still growing, messing up, or side-eyeing your own shadow. Aka, we teach this stuff, but also, we're still human. Example prompts. What belief are you currently unraveling? What's your biggest oops moment lately in your healing path? If you want, I can whip up a cute episode title plus 3-part structure for one of these. Want it snarky, sincere, soulful? You pick the flavor.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, Shadowbane. I think what we should do is, because those were all phenomenal, we should
We'll save those for later.
we'll save them for later, yes, but I think we should have a poll. We'll make a poll for all of them, and that way everyone has an opportunity to vote on what we should talk about next. And the highest one chosen, we'll do the next for the next.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll create that.
Yeah, thank you very much. I really, all of them were fantastic. I think the first one is the one that I went, like, let's just do that one. Yeah.
You want to just do number 1? Okay, so number 1 is life lately, what the healing is going on. Share what's been shifting, stirring, annoying, or awakening in your lives. From new rituals to weird dreams, nothing is off limits. With the prompt being, what's been your most unexpected lesson lately?
Okay, so I'm gonna get to the prompt in a second. Let me talk about the first three things I was just
Go
mentioning.
for it.
What
Go
was it?
for it.
The what the healing is going on? Like
What the healing is going on, what's been shifting, stirring, annoying, or awakening in your life.
moving twice.
Besides moving. Yeah, we know yours is moving.
I don't think anything else
Mine.
has been more intensively annoying. Yet, yet I'm grateful. I am extremely grateful and appreciative because now I live in peace. So does my dog. But still.
Yes.
What
And
was your
and and mine was the accelerated certification course, which I completed, graduated, yay, and then, oh, by the way, here's the next course that we want you to be certified in.
is that what my parallel was? Move. You're gonna move, and you're gonna complete a course acceleratedly in this one apartment complex for a month.
Apparently both of us had a time acceleration activity.
Yeah,
Mine was study, yours was moving.
yeah. It was in perfect parallel. The moment she, completed the course was the moment I needed to move. It was.
Yeah, it was pretty close actually. I remember that was right around, I think it was the last day, the last lesson for that certification was when I was getting the text message that you were going to be moving.
Yep.
Because I completed it, I think the week before Thanksgiving.
Because
I
Katie and
don't
I,
remember exactly. It was insane.
this is what we call soulmates, everyone. There's different types of soulmates.
Yeah, Soul Sisters.
Soul sisters. We are soul sister soulmates. Who one of the ways that you can clearly understand who a soulmate is if you're moving in the same rhythm.
That's true. And that's not something that I would have considered as a parallel path because studying for a course is completely different than uprooting your life and moving. But they do kind of have the same energy.
They do, especially if you're uprooting old beliefs in your mind
Oh, yeah.
and
And
moving.
since the certification was around mindset, absolutely, it had me completely rethinking and reframing so many things in my life.
Oh yeah, I'm just, the physical mirror of that.
Yes. So I experienced it mentally and emotionally, and you experienced it physically with moving.
Yeah, with the emotional level still, but
With the emotional stuff too, because we were worried about midnight.
exactly. And like, so the wisdom behind that is, have you ever you've read What a Man Thinketh by James Allen, right?
No, it is on the list. You told me about that before while I was at the beginning of my certification,
Mhm.
and I was like, I'm not adding anything to my list until I'm done.
Right, right.
So it's on my list to read when I'm done.
Well, to be fair, so this book is, if you're not in stillness, you won't get through it. It is the trippiest thing. So the book is not long. I think it's like less than 100 pages,
Okay.
but it's so concise, and the energy when you read it, like at first, I think I read it when I was 18 and 18? No, I was 20. No, I was 22 actually. 22. I'm sorry. I'm looking at two different shifts in my life. But I remember reading it and thinking, I can't. It took me like forever to read the first chapter. Like I couldn't focus. Like
Right.
just 2 pages I couldn't get through because my mind was reorienting to the language of it, and it was because it's deep wisdom. It's like really deep wisdom. What ends up happening is like your body goes through an OS update, like an operating system update.
Right.
So I had to
Yes.
like sleep a lot after reading the first chapter, and then I could finally finish the book in a breeze. But essentially, in that book, there's a very wonderful quote that I always use. It's man can not directly change his circumstances, but he can directly change his thoughts and therefore indirectly change his circumstances. So as you're
Yes.
changing your mindset, you indirectly are changing your circumstances, and that is rippling my way.
Yes. And it's a huge shift because the principles that were in place in this certification helped provide a lot of clarity around the mindset work that I've already done for years, but provided a new depth of knowledge that if I had studied this before, it wouldn't have resonated.
That makes sense.
It would have been reading it on surface level instead of letting it actually sink in and take root and help me grow.
Mm.
And for me, I truly believe that because I set the intention that this certification process was going to help me heal,
Mm.
that everything just kind of clicked into place. And there are people that will do very well with this kind of deep dive crash course process of mindset work. And then there are those who do better if they do one lesson a week. So they have a week to implement it and apply it and have it form that new habit before they learn the new lesson.
Oh, you mean like moving?
Yeah, like moving.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, yeah. No, it makes sense. And it's interesting because I I've been around a lot of people who mention your current living situation, your mind's it's reflective of your mind, right? So
Right.
if one day you feel like I need to get rid of this couch, you probably got rid of a really big thought that was different.
Oh
And
yeah, I know because I did get rid of a couch.
yeah, see, I had. Speaking of getting rid of a couch, I got rid of two when I first moved this summer. It was
Yeah,
great.
no, because I had a three-seater couch that had built-in recliners on both ends that were motorized. So this thing weighed a lot. It was a beast.
That is cool.
And it was here in the house for 8 years, almost 9 years. And it got to the point that when I sat on it, it was no longer comfortable. And I just needed to get it out. I don't know what it was, but I just needed to get it out of the house. So thankfully, not a promo, but 1-800-GOT-JUNK did a great job getting it out of my house one afternoon.
I remember that. I was on the phone with you about like we did a healing session and you got rid of the
We
couch.
we did because I'd sent the email to inquire how much it would cost for them to come pick it up. And the guy called back, gave me a quote, told me the guys could be here the following day at like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. And the following day at noon, they called because they were right down the street. And I happened to not be on a phone call. And so they came and got the couch out of the house faster than my initial pickup time.
And there it is, folks. That's pretty cool. Those
And
healing.
it was really funny because they asked me, they're like, "So, are you getting a new couch?" And I'm like, "No." I'm going to take this really old recliner that belonged to a grandmother and put that where the couch is, where the couch used to be. So I don't have a couch in my living room. I've got lots of bookcases and boxes filled with yarn and a recliner to sit in while I'm working on my projects.
That's nice. That's actually nice. By the way, I realized that when you're in mindset mode and you're like, I like what have you noticed that whenever you've kind of brought in some new level of consciousness, so because of that, you have the motivation to change up your environment, your house, your car, whatever it is. You just have,
There's a lot of things that shift.
yeah.
And sometimes I've noticed that we do the mindset work first and then we can shift the things in our environment. And then there are times that we have to shift the things in our environment to open up the possibility that we could shift our mindset to get stuff done.
Can you share an example?
Best example.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right, so Austin, my son was in like elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
And I was struggling with full-time job, working from 6 o'clock in the morning until 2:30 in the afternoon to get home by the time Austin got home from school so I could help him from his homework, help him with homework, take care of dinner, and be on call for support for my in-laws who live next door.
Okay.
So because my mother-in-law had knee replacement surgery, if I remember correctly at that point in time.
Mm-hmm.
So needless to say, very, very crazy schedule. And I remember my mom had come to visit and she and I had gone out for coffee. And I was just complaining about the fact that it seemed like I had zero control over my life
Yeah.
because I was constantly doing everything for everyone else. I wasn't doing anything for myself.
That's it.
Now, my mom was staying at her friend's house when she was visiting because we didn't have a guest room where we were living at that moment in time. Um, and to help my mom save money, I let her borrow my car
Okay.
because it was on the weekend, so I wasn't working. So my mom got to have the car that weekend while I stayed home and did whatever. So Sunday, she comes back from her friend's house to return my car so I could take her to the airport. My mom took my car to the car wash. She got the inside completely detailed and completely organized everything in the trunk of my car. Everything had its proper place. Everything was easily identified and recognizable. And I no longer felt like my world was in chaos because I had this one tiny space inside my car where I knew where everything was.
Oh, that anchor. It helps.
And that anchored, so it made it easier to be like, okay, so I just need to do A to get this section, and B to do this, and C to do this, and D to do this. But yeah, so I mean, that's the best example I can give of having an external shift that changed my perception, so then that way I could make the changes in other aspects of my world. Granted, I didn't do a lot of major changes because of everything that was going on, but it helped remove the stuckness of being overwhelmed that made it possible for me to be like, okay, maybe I just need to shift this. Maybe I just need to shift that. Maybe I need to do A, B, C, D, you know. And it allowed me to do things like meal planning on the weekends. So then that way I had stuff that could just be thrown in the oven during the week. So then that way I wasn't standing in front of the stove for whoever knows how long
Oh, that's
after getting home.
yeah.
So I had not considered that possibility before because I was so busy worrying about taking care of everything. So
Isn't it interesting?
that,
Okay, so let's pause on that note. Actually,
okay.
you mentioned worry.
Yes.
And when I mean pause, I mean don't pause the recording. I mean, sorry.
I knew what you meant. You meant, Katie, shut up.
Oh no, I meant like let's put a sorry. I meant let's put a pin in the word because you just yep the idea of
Yes.
worry
Tangent.
tangent, but still aligned with what we're saying. Mindset wise, worry. Do you notice
Yes.
that when you're worrying, your place is more cluttered than normal?
Oh, absolutely.
Isn't that intense?
Nothing finds its home when I'm worried.
Right, right. But the moment your mind is clear of that, things start to find their home and their purpose in the area.
Yes.
Um,
And the best example I have for that, besides the car analogy, my dining room table. It became a home for everything under the sun.
that's what that table was for a second. I, by the way, I know this sounds funny, but I don't know. I was like, when you're an artist in LA,
Hmm.
everyone's giving away amazing furniture. So I had a different type of table. This is the first table that I picked that I like. Versus
Yay.
just giving me a table and I'm just using it because it's there.
Right. Oh yeah, my dining room table has been around since before Austin was born.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I bought this table when I was pregnant with him. So yeah, so this dining room table is like 22 years old, 23 years old. It probably needs to be replaced, but it works. It's functional.
There you go.
So needless to say, there are times there's a mountain of mess, and then there are times that I have a clean corner, and then there are times half of it's clean. Then there are times it's completely cleaned off. It kind of cycles.
And that's bad. Yeah, like, don't get me wrong. You see this gold? Did you see the gold thing?
I saw it sitting up there, but I didn't know for sure what it was.
Is it on camera or?
Yes.
Okay, so the gold thing, that is 70 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that gold is 70 years old. Um, so I think it was built in the 1950s, 1960s, from Japan, and this was something that somebody gave me for free.
Yep.
And I actually looked it up online, by the way. So I looked it up online before I even got it. This is a manifesting hack. I don't. So I remember I was like, it's time for me to upgrade because I have it's called a Gohonzon. So it's a mandala scroll that you receive once you formally start practicing your Nichiren Buddhist practice with SGI, right?
Okay.
So I was like, it's time for me to upgrade this because you can get one that's a quarter the size.
Okay.
You can.
Like the size of the dresser jewelry boxes, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
Because that looks like it's about 2.5, 3 feet tall from the video.
I can fit in it, yeah. So it's it's like the size is kind of like I want to say a little bit more than a regular document. So you can get one that's like 12 by 10 or something of that nature.
Okay.
Right. And I had one that was a little bit bigger. It was very beautiful, very modern, and I liked it. But I was like, you know what? I want to upgrade it. I really want to upgrade it. So I looked it up online. And I saw this one. I was like, there's gold ones. Whoa! But you would have to order it online, and the price is like $700, $800, $1,000.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's okay. I'll get it one day. I know I'll be able to get one day. The next day, one of the people that I practice with, Namyoho Renge-kyo, it was at their house. It was at their house, Katie. It was like right there staring at me. And then after like maybe they weren't able to sell it after a while. They're like, "Do you want it?" I'm like,
Yes, please. Yes, please.
"Yeah, I think yeah." And then that's Speaking of mindset upgrades,
Yes, absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just because it's an upgrade doesn't mean that it can't be an antique.
All right, so fun facts, everybody. I love restored furniture. That's actually something that I really enjoy. If I get anything like this or something like, it's minimalist, simple. But when the furniture is restored and it looks beautiful and you can tell it's vintage and you know somebody put love and care into restoring it, oh, I love it.
Yes. There's something almost wholesome about restored furniture. Now, granted, there's some very modern stuff that's out there that I would love to have. For example, these resin poured tables for computer desks that have like the colored lights up through the bottom, just because they're fun and funky, and that would be awesome to have for my command center.
Ooh.
But there's other pieces of like antique furniture. I've got a little round end table that's my grandmother's. It's an antique round table. Can't hold a lot because it can't support a ton of weight, but it looks really cute in the corner of my hallway. Especially now that I've made the doily tablecloth thing for it.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I think still relating to mindset. Whenever you go into somebody's home,
Yeah.
they're trying to pull us into the same continuum. Have you noticed that, like, for instance, you just mentioned a specific thing that you really love based on how you took care of it?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever gone into somebody's home and it just feels stale? I'm not trying to be comparative because one person's trash is another's pleasure.
Right. And it's not stale as in stagnant
No, it's
or
just
anything else like that. It's just that it feels like nothing, the energy hasn't shifted
yeah,
in a
like
really long time.
yeah, or there's no like love put into the items. It's just there.
Right. It's just there for function, not because there's any joy attached to it.
Exactly, exactly. It's like that's there because it's just there. Like I could see
I
the most modern, simple, simplistic home, but you can tell if the person's like, yeah, I didn't design this, my friend
Yeah,
did.
there's a difference. I mean, even in if you go into a living room and it's all minimalist furniture,
Hmm.
there's still an energetic signature as to whether that was done purely for function or if it was done because of the love of the minimalist style.
Yeah,
So it's very interesting how to read the energy of the room just based on,
exactly.
these little nudges that we get when we're in, it could be a workspace, it could be someone's home, it could be a public place.
Hmm.
The one of the best examples I can give is there's a mom and pop restaurant shop not that far from my house.
Hmm.
And it is it is a hole in the wall. It is on the outside of the building. It's a hole in the wall. And the inside desperately needs to be updated.
Hmm.
However, when you step inside, it has the comfort and feel of like a family tavern that's been around since like the 1800s.
I love that.
They really have this classic homey feel to it when you walk inside their place. And they've joked about renovating it, but they don't want to get rid of that feeling that people have when they come into it. So I completely get it.
I get that. Like restoring that to me would be like it's hard. It is. There are times though, like for instance, I'm living in a I actually really like older buildings in Los
Right?
Angeles by preference. The reason why is because the walls are actually insulated. If you go to any other modern apartment in Los Angeles, the walls are not insulated. If it's built after 1965 or around that time, the walls are paper thin. You can hear everyone.
Okay.
If you get an older building, even older than that, the walls are wonderful. There are two dogs next door. Do you hear any of them barking?
No, I don't. And yes, there is a benefit to having older buildings. I will also say there's a downside sometimes to having older buildings.
There is. Let me add two benefits before we go to the downside.
Okay.
One, that.
The
Two,
insulation, yes.
the insulation. Two, because this apartment building survived the riots of LA
Mm-hmm.
from the 90s, the late 80s, early 90s.
Yep.
Nothing gets in here. Nothing.
Secure space, yes.
So secure. There's a gate in front, and you're like, well, how do I get in? It's a fortress. You can't. Sorry, please continue. Go ahead. And there was another one, but I forgot it. So please go ahead. Thank you.
Oh, no, I was just going to point out the fact that having an older building that has really good strong bones and has, those security features and the thickness of the walls and stuff is fantastic. But be mindful, not all old buildings have those benefits.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm just saying we
And
live in
and
Los Angeles.
and the only reason that I'm saying that is because the walls because I'm in a row house, townhouse, whatever term you want to use for it. So I've got a neighbor on the wall behind me, and I've got a neighbor on the wall on the far side of my kitchen.
Okay.
99% of the time, I don't hear my neighbors unless they happen to be right up against the wall and sneeze or the dog barks or something like that. Like they're This wall backs up to this neighbor's dining room. When his dog's in the dining room barking, I can hear it. No big deal. The drawback is that the walls have the old-fashioned plaster on it, to where if you go to put a nail in the wall, it does not go in. It creates chunks that fall off that have 30 some years of paint on them. Because this house was built in 1939.
Oh wow.
And all the windows leak, so I've got plastic on all of the windows because it's wintertime.
Mind you, this is Maryland.
Yes, I'm in Maryland, so completely different.
Keep in mind, factoring in this building was also built to withstand earthquakes.
Yes, geographic makes a difference.
Yeah.
Age makes a difference, and also upkeep of the people who have been in the building for however long makes a difference. I do like my house. I just have, been here 9 years now. I've learned the quirks. So I know when it gets cold, it's time to put plastic up on the windows.
That's funny. That makes sense. Yeah, and then because LA has only one temperature normally.
Yeah, it doesn't fluctuate nearly as much as it does here because it was 21 degrees outside today and it can get up to the hundreds during the summer here. Hello, Midnight.
Midnight's here.
But we are coming up on time for this episode. And we covered quite a bit.
There's so much more to discuss in the 2 extra factors of this. Anyways, I love you all. Thank you.
So on that note, thanks everyone for joining us. And we'll see you next time.
See you next time. Appreciate you. Bye.
Thank you for joining us. We hope that the discussion today will inspire you to take positive action in your life. Until next week, be empowered.